Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks with the Apokolypse. Today we are bringing the SU-152 out for a mission on cliffs. The SU-152, a Tier 8 Russian tank destroyer with a very powerful 152mm gun, is not the fastest of things, nor the most armored, so we're going to be taking a defensive sniping position today. And my camping spot of choice is here on the rock right in front of me. It gives you good cover on the valley, and it's a decent hiding spot from artillery, and you can also cover the right side if you need to, which we will be needing to in this game. The topic of today's gameplay is heartbreaks and teams, in particular teammates. I applaud these teammates. They're particularly good at what they do. What they do, however, is not very conducive to winning. You will notice we have the usual lemming train of heavies going out towards the side of the map, but there's nowhere near enough of them to be able to clear that corner, so they will get steamrolled shortly. Me and my 152 are going to spend the first half of the game bouncing off of a KV-1. Because the AT-2, not a chance. KV-1, it's green. Bounce. There's a reason they call this thing the troll gun. It trolls you just as often as it trolls the bad guys. This gun can output 750 alpha damage if it actually wants to. I mean, that's if it wants to. It is a 152mm gun with a large quantity of penetration, but not an incredible amount for its tier, so it is pretty good that we're high tier, so we can just spam AP shots without having to use the very expensive heats that you often have to use in higher tier battles. And our team is already, losing 2-4. It's not that bad though. Oh wait, never mind, 2-5. This E25 is causing quite a lot of problems, so we're gonna take him out of the equation. There we go. There's that big damage going to work there. It is a longer reload though, and this tank is not very maneuverable, so you've got to use those shots. And that's 4-8. The enemy artillery scores a nice hit, and this 13F3 does fairly well the entire game, so applause to the enemy's artillery. Dunked shot on the A25. I really should have waited for that one to aim properly, but I wanted to get out of the way of the artillery as fast as possible. There are 3 artillery on the other side, and only 2 on ours. So we're working with an artillery deficit, which should have meant that we had more tanks to start with, but no, nuh-uh. We're now losing 4-8, and 2 of our remaining are artillery. Well, all 3 of their artillery are still up, so it is sort of, kind of even, not really. Me and this Type T-34 are now all that's left guarding the valley, with this M6 kindly providing overwatch support from the ridge there. That M6 had good intentions. I'm not sure he did all that much this round, but he had good intentions. There's the wreck in front of me eating another artillery shot. The artillery is over somewhere, I would say probably A6, A5, A6, somewhere like that, where he can get an angle on me while I'm behind that rock. But the wreck in front of me kept eating it. There goes the Type T-34. Not an incredible amount he could do in a Tier 7 game. On a map like Cliffs, especially staying down here in the valley like he did. Mediums like that are definitely more well suited to the middle of the map, although the Type T-34 is never famous for its gun depression, so I'm not totally sure how well it would do in the ups and downs of the middle of this map, but oh well. Here me and the artillery have a bit of a sort of to you, to me, to you, to me. We got both of our artilleries are actually looking at that Hellcat, and they both just missed. The Hellcat is being chicken. He doesn't want to sit in front of my gun, which he shouldn't because I can one-shot him. And now there's two. Now there's two. Now there's a problem. If one of them gets around, the other one can flank me and everything goes shit. So I have to rush them here. I rush the Hellcat because he's the one with the smaller gun, and boom! And see, now I can turn to get this Jagdpanzer in my sights, but the artillery's got it. I mean, there's no need for me to do anything here. And once again, I can get back behind this rock, and now they formed a sort of carcass wall in front of me, between the M6 and me. Essentially, now, it is me and a pair of artilleries against three artilleries, a Nashorn, a VK3001H, and an M6. I saw the M6, it's on moderate health. The Nashorn's fairly hurt. And then of course their three artilleries are still around and they know exactly where I'm at. So I'm a little hesitant to pop out from behind the safety of my rock and carcass wall. I'm kind of hoping that they'll come down the road instead of taking the high road, but you know, that's never gonna happen. I mean, we're on 3 kills already here. 1,500 damage done, so we're averaging about 500 damage per shot, which isn't a total waste of this gun's power, but it's not bad. We're essentially getting the money for our shot now, and that is something you do have to worry about with the SU-152 and later the ISU-152. Is the bullets are pretty damned expensive. So, you know, you're not going to want to shoot at someone with like 3 health left because you're just not getting your money back. And here, the M6 is going for my artillery. I need to get up here and try and defend them. So one of them has fired. There's the M6. And let it aim, let it aim, let it aim. There we go. However, our artillery wasn't moving, so their artillery has capitalized and grabbed a kill. And now it's just me and R13AM against the Nashorn, the 3001H, and all 3 of the enemy artillery. And I wanted to shot at the 3001, but I didn't want to wait too long, and it missed. Troll Cannon works again. I hate you, but I love you, Troll Cannon. I really do. And I needed to move because that artillery, they're always watching, and I need to keep moving here because that. And that's a pair of Tier 6 artillery and a Tier 5. I really can't afford to get hit by either of those Tier 6s because this thing is not very heavily armored. There's the Nashorn. Take a risk. Gotta kill it. There we go. 1 dead. Trying to dodge the shots here from the artillery, but I get tracked. Repair the tracks. I can't afford to sit still here. Trying to get up and around to that 3001H, drop off the radar if I can, so I can get some distance between me and him closed without the artillery constantly pounding, and then they track me. I don't have the repair kit anymore because I used it on the previous one. But there's a miss, I'm off the radar, and tracks are back up, gotta keep moving. Now the VK is right in front of me, I have a heat shell loaded. So, because I really don't want to bounce a shot here. There's the VK. I got him, and turn, and try and avoid the RD shot, but it's... Oh, missed one, and there we go. And that is game over. With the SU-152, 2,656 damage done. I took about 2,000 damage, I'll link you the game. Replay in the description. But that is an example of how a Tier 7 tank can do a lot of work in a game where it is top tier, especially a tank like the SU-152. But you do need a little bit of help, and as the replay stats will show, the next best person on my team did like 800 damage. I mean, I'm gonna just credit it down to everyone on my team had a shitty game, but their team played better than ours did. So, congrats to the enemy team. Bit of a heartbreaker for me, but I got the top gun right there at the end, so I don't get the less experience of the losing team. I still get winning team XP, although I didn't get my double XP for the win, but you can't win them all. which is a lesson that the world of tanks teaches you fairly often. Anyways, watch your six, folks. I'll see you next time.